Hey everyone, this is Michael with a general reading intended for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of September 2020. I do hope that this video finds you well and in good spirits. I apologize that this is coming out a bit later than usual. As some of you may know, your ruling planet Mars is going to be going retrograde on September 9th, and we are still in this pre-shadow phase entering into the month, so we're already feeling it kind of slow down. For those of you who don't really know much about astrology, Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, and it is our drive, our passion. It also rules over our warrior energy and our sexuality. And whenever we have a planet go retrograde, the energy becomes inverted. And this can be a really uncomfortable time for Mars, specifically Mars and Aries in your sign, in your first house, your sense of self. So this is a very impactful month for you, and actually the next couple of months are really going to be quite prominent for you because we have this retrograde all the way until November 13th. And Mars is actually going to be in Aries for the rest of the year, and it's going to be making some challenging aspects and forming some challenging angles with all these planets in Capricorn, so Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto. And there's a lot of power struggles that are going to be coming up. And that's going to be pretty... I think it's already been coming up a lot in the collective, but I think we're going to be seeing it a lot more. So just some things to kind of keep in mind. And you're really going to be feeling a lot of this energy. So it's important to take it easy, not to rush things. It can almost be tempting to try and pull out of this energy, but it's like a finger trap. And the quicker you try to pull away, the more stuck you get. You kind of have to lean into this energy, okay? That's how we can kind of move through this Mars retrograde. So just kind of keep that in mind as we're pulling some cards for you. I will reference some more astrology throughout this reading as well as I see fit. But if you'd like to read the astrology blog for September, that is linked down below. You can also find links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. I do appreciate everyone who supports this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's with all of your support that I'm able to continue putting out these videos and doing this incredible work. So I really, really appreciate it. So let's see what we have for Aries for the first half of September, and then we'll look at the second half in a bit. What are the messages for Aries? Show us clearly. Show us clearly. Oh wow, there is something. Speaking of clearly, the Ace of Swords is the first card that comes out, followed by this Moon card in the reverse. Let's keep shuffling here, but something is definitely coming to the surface for you. And this is not surprising for the first half of September because we actually started off the month with a full moon in Pisces, your 12th house, your subconscious. Something that was just hidden beneath the surface has revealed itself to you. And some of you may have been struggling with these really intense emotions. And you now have this new perspective, this revelation, this new insight, which is actually helping you. And it's almost this divine intervention here. With this sword piercing this crown, you're receiving a download. And you actually have the Lovers. There may be a new love connection that's opening up for you, or a deepening of an existing bond. I do want to clarify this though. You could be dealing with a Gemini individual, and this person could be helping you see something or offering you some insight. The Four of Pentacles. There's something guarded about this connection. Someone may be holding back. Even though something is coming to the surface, something is coming to light, maybe that's just the thing that's coming to light. Someone's holding back here. Someone isn't being completely honest with how they feel. But I feel like there is a conversation here, and someone's still just feeling guarded. Maybe this is you guarding your heart, or this person guarding their heart. You might understand why someone has been so closed off, and maybe you had a different story in your head for why that was the case, or some fears or anxieties. And now that something has become clearer, it changes things. It changes your outlook. Tell me about this Ace of Swords. Tell me about this Ace of Swords. Show me clearly. Is it this one? The Tower in reverse. Some of you are actually avoiding something catastrophic, or you thought something was going to fall apart and it didn't. I do also see a Tower as in reverse sometimes as your crown literally being blown open. And again, this sense of spiritual download. This full moon really did something for you. And it's making you see things differently. And more clearly, might I add. Even if the emotions initially around this full moon were quite intense, it's almost stirring things up to the surface. And if it's not clear now, it should be clear pretty soon. What it is that's lying there. So let's pull an animal card, kind of clarify all of this so far, and then we'll look at the second half of September. Lion, interesting. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries. Or I'm sorry, with a Leo. When I see this Lion card, it tells me that it's important for you to meditate. And the word mastery often comes up with this card as well. The Lion energy is one that is very powerful and perhaps even intimidating to some people. And because of this, this energy can actually be very hard to read. So this may be energy that you're embodying, this Lion energy. It could also be this individual who was a bit hard to read. And they can almost seem aloof, but Lion has a big heart. Lion is like Leo. And the pride is important to the Lion, not just pride in the sense of being proud. Pride as in the group of lions, its family, friends. And so it's also striking this balance between being this kind of almost enigmatic figure, this leader who seems very strong and capable, but difficult to get to know. And also needing to open up and express your heart. It's really important to be mindful of who you're spending your time with as well. For those of you where this isn't a romance that you're dealing with, some of you are just holding on to something that you love. And the way you're looking at this love is changing. There is a lot of emphasis on your career this year, particularly in this month with Jupiter going direct in Capricorn on the 13th. And then we have Saturn going direct later in the month as well. What are the messages for Aries for the second half of September? Some of you might finally be getting some word, praise, or even a promotion, or some sort of advancement here, where you might have thought it wasn't coming. Because Jupiter, it might feel like you've been putting in all this work or energy towards something and it just hasn't paid off. And with Jupiter going direct, there could be something to reap here. Or a fruit is finally bore to you. Show me clearly. What are the messages for Aries? You are holding on to something. My goodness. Wow. Okay. You might be holding on to something that's not working still. And even if you get this sort of promotion or recognition, it might not be what you thought it was. So we have the Star in reverse. The Six of Swords in reverse. And then also Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So a lot of reversals here. It's like you don't trust moving forward or speaking up. And even with this revelation or something becoming clearer, you're still having a hard time moving on and trusting this direction that you're going in. And it almost comes in flashes, is how I see this. With the Ace of Swords and the Tower, it's like this flash of lightning. And you have this moment of clarity or sense of direction, and then something happens, and by the end of the month, you might be second-guessing yourself. Afraid to move forward, or even feeling like you're finding yourself back in these choppy waters here that were behind you with the moon. And really be careful of where you're putting your energy. With the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, I was saying this, it's like you might get some sort of recognition, but it's not the reward you were expecting it to be, or you almost receive it and it's like, I did all of this for that. Or you thought it was going to feel like more. Maybe this is talking about a relationship for some of you where you're putting in a lot of energy and it's not really, you're not receiving it, it's not reciprocal. But I actually think that this has more to do with your day-to-day life. There's something, you've been carrying a lot of burdens, and there's something you're letting go of with this Ten of Wands. Or you need to let go of. And it's almost like if you continue to hold on, the universe is going to start taking some weight off of you. Or your body is going to start doing that by succumbing or becoming weaker and just needing rest. So let's pull an animal card for you. One more animal card for Aries. Interesting. Unicorn, trusting your intuition, and the bear. So this unicorn represents the third eye. And when we kind of see this card, there's quite a bit of mystery. And you may have had this sense of clarity in the first half of the month that seems to have been shaken. But honestly, Aries, I feel like your intuition was right. Whatever it was that you seem so sure about and are kind of doubting in the second half of the month, which could have to do with your ruling planet going retrograde, Saturn going direct again on the 29th. It's about building slowly with this bear, coming out of hibernation, or getting ready to go into hibernation, perhaps, for some of you, and really reconnecting with the spiritual self, the spiritual center. When I think of bear, I think of this master of seasons, and bear always uses the seasons to its maximum potential. It uses wintertime to rest. It uses summertime to play. It uses fall to harvest and get ready for winter. And it uses spring to procreate, create new life, and to be reborn. Actually, I'm pretty sure their mating season is in the summer, now that I think about this. But there is still this awakening that's going on. There we go. And it's important to keep moving, but going at a slow and steady pace. This bear energy reminds me of the Knight of Pentacles, actually. And I actually talked about this card in my astrology blog. But it's taking a slow, methodical approach that's such Virgo energy, really. And this Virgo new moon that we have on September 17th, it's a really great time to set new routines and create rituals for success in the long run, and kind of committing ourselves to new practices, taking better care of ourselves. Some of you feel like you're not going anywhere. You feel stuck or stagnant, but it's just happening very gradually. And with Mars in retrograde, things might not be happening very quickly. You might be going into a literal hibernation and reconnecting with your spirituality here. And seeing things differently for yourself, gaining new perspectives. And kind of looking ahead, the next full moon, which I'm seeing in this unicorn, is going to be in your sign. That's going to be in October, so next month. But there's something coming to light, more information coming, or something coming to fruition, and it's just taking a little longer. So don't feel unsettled if things happen slowly for you. Or if this person you've been connecting to opens up and then closes off again. I feel like they're going to reemerge. And there could be other situations that are demanding attention right now. And these are all the messages I have for you this month, Aries. I do hope that this was helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what you think this insight or revelation was for you. What is this change that's going on, or how is this reading applying to your own life? It's always so great to hear from everybody. I do also have links for personal readings and Reiki sessions down below as well, for those of you who'd like some personal assistance in your own life. And if you'd like to look at some of the other videos for your moon, rising, or Venus signs, sometimes those can be helpful and have messages for us as well. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Aries.